did you watch the Gilas Pilipinas run in the Southeast Asian basketball
What
games?
an impressive run in the Sea Games, man. I know we're gonna talk about this eventually, but considering all the external factors that kind of happened in constructing our roster for the Southeast Asian Games, we pulled it off. Well, of course, the first round, was going to be easy. Then they kind of ran into some competition starting the semifinals. Was it Indonesia or Malaysia they were playing
I
in the
think it was Malaysia. Yeah.
semifinals? Yeah, yeah, and
Yeah.
then they finally capped off that run, against the hosts. And speaking of the hosts, yeah, and external factors, we kind of want to talk about what happened in sending our roster over to Thailand for the Sea Games. So yeah,
Yeah,
what kind of
talk about the
happened?
roster.
Yeah,
Talk about the roster real quick, right? So
yeah,
it's not. We were talking about this before, and
right.
we kind of thought that they were going to be sending their. This is based. Look,
Mm,
just for context sake,
right.
the Philippines has always dominated this tournament.
Always,
Oh,
always.
right.
Yeah.
I think there was that
Except
year,
for that one year where, yeah,
yeah, where Indonesia got it and
yeah,
all
and
that
Nish got
stuff.
it.
So,
Yeah,
um, that was a wake up call for the program, I think,
there was a wake up
because
call.
they always won this tournament. It was always a
Mm,
cakewalk. They
yeah.
would struggle in international competition against the best in Asia,
Mm.
but the Southeast Asian Games was always gonna
Always
be
a
there for
gimme.
them.
Yeah.
It's a
Mm.
comfort pillow, right?
Yeah.
It's their comfort blanket.
Yeah.
Every time
Mm.
they lose, they just go in the Southeast Asian Games and beat up every team in
Yeah.
the tournament. Right?
Yep.
That Indonesian tournament was weird because I remember that Indonesian win because that was a time when they just used the standings, so
Mm.
they didn't have knockout stages in that
Really?
tournament. Yeah, it was just
Wow.
whoever had the most
That's
wins was the
weird.
goal,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah,
It's kind of
so
like, yeah, soccer leagues.
yeah, but still,
Yeah.
they lost. The Philippines lost
Mm.
the game, so
Right.
that bit them in the ass, really. So
Yeah.
that's what happened there. Now,
Yep.
uh, they were planning to send their best team in this current
Yeah.
tournament, right?
Hmm.
Because the initial rules were that you could pretty much send anyone with a Philippine
Yeah.
passport.
Anyone
Not
with
with a passport, you can
a
send
Filipino
anyone with the
passport,
passport.
you can send them. Yeah.
Right. So the names that were floating around, you had Ange Kwame, who was a
Ange
naturalized
Kwame,
citizen. Justin Brownlee,
Justin
another
Brownlee, of
naturalized citizen.
course. Yeah.
They had Remy Martin in there.
Remy
He's
Martin. Yeah.
from Kansas, and he's a Filipino citizen, but he got his passport after 16, so that
Right.
kind of violates the FIBA rule.
Mm.
They wanted their A team, really. They
Right.
wanted the best people that they could send. You had obviously Bobby Parks in there originally.
Right.
You had 30 Ravenna, but that did not end up happening. So
No.
what
Yeah.
essentially happened was this. So
Sheesh.
obviously the Philippines is a big basketball country, and they always had updates of what the roster looked like.
Right.
And I think every time the Norman Black, who's the coach, talked about the roster, the Thais kind of seemed to adjust the eligibility
Right.
rules. Right? They didn't want none of that smoke. Okay, they didn't want none of that
No.
smoke
Yeah.
because that team, in theory, that team that the Philippines originally wanted to send,
Hmm.
that would have been a cakewalk. That would have been a
Yeah.
dream team
Oh,
scenario.
absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, that would have been a dream team scenario. You have
Right.
Ange Kwame there, one of the best defensive
Oh,
players,
yeah.
and you have Justin Brownlee. He's older now, but
Hmm.
he's still very effective, and especially against Southeast Asian
Yeah.
defenses, no one's gonna be able to stop him. Right?
No. Mm.
That's barbecue chicken right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's essentially the Thais adjusting the rules as they go.
Right. Mm.
So in a nutshell, they changed the rules so much that I believe that the Philippines only had a couple of weeks to build a team and
To build a
practice.
team. Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And I don't wanna disrespect any players who was on the eventual
Who were on
team.
the yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
if you're good enough to be selected as a national team
Then
player, then you're
yeah.
good. Okay,
Yeah.
there's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah.
There's no doubt about your talent,
Yeah.
your skill. It's not a knock on them that this
Mm.
team is called the C team.
Yep.
Essentially, it's what it is. It's a ragtag bunch of players that they
Mm.
had to get in
Mm.
there because they had to field
Yep.
the team.
Yeah.
Right? They had to rush, and they just got the best players that they could in that situation.
Mm.
It doesn't mean that they suck. No,
No, no,
it
no.
just
Yeah.
means that uh, this was the result of the organizers just moving the goalposts every time.
Yep.
So what the highlights of that team? So as I said, we're very lucky that Ray Parks was still there,
Yep.
one of the best shooters that they could get.
Yep.
Third Ravena there as well.
30 was there. Yep.
Uh, One of our favorite player, our bigote brother Robert Bollig,
Robert
is gonna
Bolick. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm.
he's there. And a lot of some college players as well. But at the
One
end of the day, it's
personal.
just
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Is at the end of the day, it's just they got the best that they could
Yeah.
out of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just for eligibility.
Right.
I remember Ray Parks posting an Instagram story that or a post that said that the bus to take them to the practice facility was always late. Those that kind of
Those
gamesmanship that
little,
usually happens
yeah,
in this.
yeah.
Some dirty shit
Those little
that's
things,
being
yeah.
pulled.
Yep.
I know that pisses you off and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But as you said, it's the Philippines had to overcome a lot of adversity to get this gold.
Yep.
And I don't think I would be stretching the truth to say that this is probably one of the most precious gold medals that
Oh,
the Gilas
absolutely.
Pilipinas program
Yeah,
has gotten. Don't you think?
absolutely. Oh, yeah. I mean, man, considering all the bullshit that they had to go through with regards to, yeah, like you mentioned, the organizers moving the goalposts, and not even that, like on the court, all those questionable calls, especially during the gold medal game. But like, hey, we came out of it. We got the gold, and I will agree that it is one of the most precious, one of the hardest, one of the most difficult, gold medals that we've had as a national team in the Southeast Asian Games. Where, like you mentioned, historically it's been a cakewalk for the Philippines, but not this one. We fielded the best we could. We could field because of the circumstances. But shout out to all those players. A lot of our homegrown Blue Eagles, Von Pesomal, Justin Chua, 30. Those guys, Poi. You know, we got it. We got it done. We got it done.
Yeah, they got it done for
Yeah,
sure. Props, salute, right?
yeah,
And Boy Aram wasn't originally part of that team too. They
hmm
tried to block him for some reason. I don't know why. Boy Aram
yeah.
is a Filipino. Okay,
He
there's
is.
no way he
Yeah,
should have been blocked. All right,
yeah,
he's a pure Filipino.
yeah,
I don't know why they tried to block him.
yeah,
It's just look Thailand playing with some dirty shit right there.
yep,
It's horrible. Just corrupt.
yep.
But there was I wanted to get your opinion on one thing. So I don't
Mm,
know. In the first half, so the game Gilas really started slow in that game,
right.
and Jamie Malonzo was one of the highlights of that
hmm
game.
Right.
He just went on a tear, right? He's one of the reasons why they won that gold medal.
Yep.
Now, in the first half, when Thailand was leading, there were a couple of instances where the Thai players were taunting Gilas.
Right.
So I mean, stuck their tongue out or whatever.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah.
essentially taunting the team.
Right.
So there was a large outcry because they kind of got silent in the second half
Right.
when Gilas was catching up
Right.
and eventually won. And the funniest
Yeah.
thing in that game was that uh, Robert Pollock sealed the game
Mm.
and he did the night celebration.
Yeah.
He did the curry celebration at
Yep.
night
Yep.
while the game was going on. Okay, while the Thailand team was on offense.
Right.
If there's a photo of it, it's just so badass. Shout out to Robert Bolling.
Yep.
He just did the night while the game was going on. Right, he didn't even bother playing defense.
Right.
He was doing the night.
Uh-huh.
It's mostly like I think he didn't really explain it
Right.
explicitly, but
Uh-huh.
it kind of what from what I got was that it was frustration from all
Right.
the shit that they had to go through
Yeah.
in that tournament and all the taunting that happened inside the
Yeah.
game. It was just a lot of pressure that they had to let out.
Right.
So what do you think about that part? So I there was a lot of controversy with at least Filipino Facebook on
Right.
this, where they kind of felt that the Thais were taunting a lot and they didn't really appreciate that. What I
Right.
mean, do you have any specific thoughts of that in game really? Because they
Um
kind of Filipinos got into their feelings with that one.
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey, I mean, granted that they're the hosts, they could, I mean, they kind of probably felt that they could just like talk talk trash and and do all that. But at the end of the day, the thing is with this Gilas team, this is like our version of the Dirty Dozen. Like they just fought. They just like you know let they're like I was looking at how they started slow. Thailand led by as many as like 13 points in the first half, and then they start to claw their way back. And they're just playing. They're just playing. Like, don't worry about the crowd. Don't worry about the trash talk. Just play, and they did that. And so, how fitting would it be that Robert Bolick, pambansang bigote, comes up and does the night when the game is once they seal it. It's amazing. It's so fitting. Like we're gonna play the whole game once but we're gonna have the last say, and that's what they did. They had the last say, and who's talking now, because
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, yeah,
me per- me personally, I think you're free to do that in game. Really, it's
yeah,
not a big deal because
yeah,
Filipino fans took it personal.
yeah, of
I don't
course,
agree
yeah,
with that. Look,
yeah,
Thailand did some
they
dirty
will,
shit in that
yeah,
tournament.
yeah,
Okay, it's fine to be pissed at that, but I don't
yeah,
understand. I don't understand Filipinos getting pissed at the taunting.
the
Because,
taunting, yeah, yeah.
bro, I mean, look, if Calvin Abuelo was in that game, he would be doing the same
Oh,
thing.
he would do the same the whole game, man.
He would be doing it worse,
The
right?
whole game, yeah,
It's not a big deal.
yeah,
It's look,
yeah.
you
I
gotta
kind of get
understand it
it,
from
yeah. I kind of
yeah,
get
you
it
gotta
because the taunting was for Filipino fans who were really pissed off at the taunting. I think for them that was the icing on the cake because of after all the BS that happened with the with the rules and stuff. So it's not I don't agree with taking it personal, yes, but I kind of understand why they did because of it's just the icing on the cake after all they've gone through. But of course, what matters is what the score is at the end of the game. So we got the last say on that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
think the ties were just too hyped, right?
yeah,
Because the Philippines has traditionally dominated this
right.
tournament. And
Hmm.
they're look, they got there and that's it. I don't
Yeah,
care if there's any eligibility, whatever the Thais had to do to
yeah,
get there, whatever.
hmm,
They're in that game, okay?
yeah,
So at that point in time, they probably felt that they're proud of what they've done, given the
yeah,
fact that basketball isn't usually something that Thailand excels at.
right.
So they're just getting
Hmm.
hype, right?
Yeah,
And sure, they're taking it out in certain ways, but
yeah,
I don't think I think Filipinos took it overboard. I mean, I'm
yeah.
talking about the fans. Yeah, I'm
The
not talking
fans, yeah,
about
yeah.
players.
Hmm.
I'm talking about the Filipino fans
Hmm.
where they just took it overboard, right?
Hmm.
They felt that it was personal, but it's
Hmm.
not. It's just in the game. Really,
Hmm.
there was a lot of respect shown after.
Hmm.
So it's just I think this is just an instance of I don't. So sorry, I hate to say it, but it's kind of like a victim mentality kind of
Hmm.
complex here
Right, right.
that's being played
Yeah,
out. I
yeah.
didn't really agree with what the Filipino fans were doing
Hmm.
because even after the game, they just kept going at the Thai
Hmm.
fans and all that stuff. And
Hmm.
I mean, come on, man, it's just there's such a thing as being a sore winner too.
It's a chip on, yeah, it's a chip on their shoulder thing, you know, like,
right? So I mean,
yeah.
it's part of the. I don't really like a lot too much taunting in games, and I don't appreciate
Mm,
it, but I
mm,
understand why it goes on.
yeah,
So it's just a matter of people just gotta realize that hey, this is gonna happen. Okay,
yeah,
this is part of the game for people, and
right,
you just gotta accept the fact that they're gonna taunt. And
yeah,
look, they got their ass beat. That should
mm,
be enough. You know,
mm,
Bollock did the night. Well,
yep,
that's probably one of the most disrespectful taunts that I've ever seen. Where you're
yeah,
doing the night, not playing defense because the
yeah,
game is over,
yeah,
right? The other team is still
yep,
fighting and you're just standing there. That's
yeah,
probably one of the most
yep,
disrespectful things you can do, and that's warranted,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it is what it is. The Philippines took it,
yep,
it's gonna be interesting what the next Sea Games would look like. I think the Philippines is in the running for hosting that one.
right.
So I look, I know that the Philippines is not gonna do the same shit that Thailand just pulled.
No, no, no. Yeah,
So it's gonna be. I think with this, I'm Oh wait, so the next one is gonna be in Malaysia. So 2027 is
right.
in Malaysia. So it's not. I want teams to bring their best players.
Yeah,
I want countries to let's just take FIBA rules, just make it fair
right.
for everybody,
Yeah.
right? Let's just do that. Okay, so I don't think the Sea Games is a FIBA sanctioned tournament,
Mm,
but let's just use FIBA games,
yep.
just so everyone's fair,
Yeah.
right? You know, let's leave the gamemanship alone. Let's just let these teams be in optimal shape